and I'm the color of my couch. I don't know if you noticed. Hi, good morning, good night, good afternoon, whatever you are. Today I thought I would just like sit on my couch. I just thought I would like talk to you guys today about like almost like an intro, like why am I here recording videos? Who is this channel for? Like why am I here? And I'll basically begin by like introducing myself. My name is Leticia. I know it's a hard name to speak, like to pronounce in English, because it's not an English name. It's a Latin based name, so it's Leticia. That's how it's pronounced. But I don't mind. I know it's difficult. Speak however you can. And I'm Brazilian. I was born in Brazil. Lived most of my life there, besides 1 year that I lived in Berlin, Germany. I come from São Paulo, one of the biggest cities in the world, so big city girl. And I studied architecture and urbanism in university, so I have a bachelor. On that, I worked as an architect for like 8 years, more specifically with sustainability as well as design. So you can imagine, like, it makes a lot of sense with what I talk in this channel. My passion with fashion and design, it comes from, like, I don't know, as early as I can remember. I used to like draw dresses and clothing in like stick dolls in my notebooks when I was like 4 or 5 years, barely knew how to write, and that's what I would be doing. I love Barbie, dressing it up and having like wonderful wardrobes, also decorating their houses. So I was like, I'm very big on designs and like pretty things, like everything that is like very feminine and pretty. Not necessarily a feminine aesthetic, though I really do like that, but it's like everything that has to do with like feeling good, feeling well, like well dressed, and like, you know, that pump, like beauty, fashion, and even decor. I really like all of that, and that's like since I was very little. And the sustainability that came later, since I've noticed and I understood the concept, like back in 2007. Yeah, I suppose 7, 8. Okay. I don't know how old, but like in the beginning of university. And I worked with that for like a long time in Brazil. And if I was like very, like for various reasons, I didn't want to continue and pursue that career anymore. And I also always knew I wanted to move out in another country. For various reasons, I never really felt like a fit back in Brazil. Like I always felt like there was a pull. And I took a course in Ohio University, and in the way back I stopped in Toronto to just, you know, get to know the city and enjoy like 1 week, I think. And I felt immediately in love, even though I know like most of Europe, like Toronto was like, this is the place. And I didn't want to go back. I almost like, no, everyone's gonna take me away from here, but I did. And I went back to Brazil and I started to research about immigration on the moment I stepped my foot there, my feet there. And it happened like less than a year after. I was like coming back to stay, took a turn in my career, and I study in a bootcamp development and software engineering, and that's what I do now. It's been almost, no, it's been 2 years. It's been 2 years that I've been in this profession. No regrets, love it. And but I still feel the pull, like the creation pull, like it was always within me. I even wrote at some point poetry. I like to sing, dance. It's a big love of mine. So this art side of mine is really big, and also the concern of the environment, the ethic, and all of this part is also another like half of my my interest. So that's why this channel, that's why I wanted to build this channel, is to talk, hopefully a community that also likes that, and be able to share ideas. And also something that I feel that is very like disconnected like to me right now is that like there are many YouTubers and some Instagrammers that are like, yeah, basically almost no Instagrammer, but the YouTubers that are in Instagram too. And I feel like a lot of them are, they have like a fake side to them. And I do understand, I'm not judging. There are a lot of insecurities and fears behind that, but I feel like I I would like to be, if I have the chance, someone that people can emphasize in an like in a more realistic ground, like someone that doesn't use filter, that is not always wearing makeup, that is not always perfect. My house is not perfect by any means. It's not paid by, it's not made by a decorator or an architect. I don't spend a lot of money on that stuff. I do spend some, but like nothing crazy. I'm not rich, and that's something that I really like want to emphasize, that I'm coming here to talk to people eye to eye, eye level, you know, and I don't intend of doing these kind of things. And I'm not saying that to make people feel bad. That's exactly the opposite. Sometimes I feel bad when I watch those videos like for a long time, and I feel like, oh my god, I'm so horrible. I'm ugly and I'm poor and I'm broke and nothing's right and my house is horrible. It's like, no, I'm just normal. And the other people are just not showing that side. They edit everything. Like that's one of the things that are very like interesting for me, not editing so much and just letting it go very fresh, very new, very normal, like it is, you know. And I think that that answers like the first question, um, who I am, and it starts entering in the why I'm here. It's first of all because I'm totally passionate about makeup and fashion. Like I can, if you start talking to me, that's a huge mistake, because I'm gonna like talk about it for hours non-stop. So that's why I have this channel, because I really like sharing content, and I really wanna help people learn. Not that I'm a master, but I have some share of like knowledge about this subjects. Let's say I took makeup artist course already, though I never worked with it because I don't really have a patience for that kind of thing, but I do appreciate like the content and the things I learned from it, and I try to apply like on my life. But I really like talking about it and helping people one-on-one, or maybe in a video one-on-one. I love the feeling of maybe like helping someone just like feel good, or maybe just like talking like they were listening to a friend. They can tune into my video. Hopefully I'll get there. And I think that that's one of the big reasons, like loving it and wanting to share. And I also feel like there are some YouTubers that do that now. There are, but I feel like there are so few of them compared to the whole of what is YouTube, that we will benefit a lot if more people start doing that. That kind of approach, more like raw approach, like this is me, this is my life. It's not perfect by any means. There's no filters, no edition. That's what you see is what you get. And I think that's awesome. I think that's, I don't know. I feel better watching videos like this, and I hope you guys do too. On that note, I struggle a lot because of all that passion of mine by everything that is pretty, beautiful, and feminine, and all that. I struggle a lot financially. Like I was never in debt. I never got to that point. True, but I did spend much more than I should have spent, and I do regret it a lot. But at the same time, no, because I'm here now. I learned my lessons, and I'm never gonna do it again, hopefully. But I did struggle with that for a long time in my life, since I started to make my own money. And I really want to talk to people more openly about that, because I think like a lot of YouTubers might make it look like, oh, I get everything for free, or I spend like $1,000, $2,000 in makeup. They don't say the numbers, but you see that they're getting like boxes and boxes, and like this is costly. It's a very costly hobby. So if you try to do the same because you feel like you want, even like if you feel like, oh, I'm curious, oh, I want to look like her or something like that, her, him. But the fact is that most people cannot support that kind of thing because they have like rent and like gas to pay, and they can't do that. And I feel like it's good to have like someone more normal, and more normal, it means like um, budgeting in a normal way, in a more like accessible way, to compare yourself to. Like, you're probably not gonna see me doing that unless I save for like 6 months and I'm like, okay, that's Sephora big sale of the year, and I know exactly what I want and I'm going to spend everything I want. But I save for like 6 months, maybe. But like, I probably won't be able to do that because I have a budget. And that's something that I really want to also talk about here, is like how you can have a curated collection that you can make the looks that you can rely on. I think my first video was like good in that sense. Like, I have a curated makeup collection, and from that I can make some looks that are basic for me, basic in a way, like the base that I can work on and rely for every day, my signature looks, like say like that. But I also can up them up and like be creative. They also don't limit me in being very too basic and not being able to express myself or be creative, because a signature look also can be something that is like very colorful and impactful. It doesn't need to be just the signature look that everyone already seen and already used. So budget, it's something important in a conscious way for me. Like, basically trying to be more conscious about what I purchase, why I'm purchasing, how I'm gonna use that, does it fit my budget? Like, basically what everyone's talking about like for years now, right? About fashion, trying to bring that a little bit into makeup too. Not that we cannot talk about fashion, we totally can. That's totally that I'm super in. I started to do that first in fashion too. But trying to bring the more realistic side of things to this part of like the YouTube, and not like presenting you with like a whole room like covered in makeup that is like very impossible to obtain unless you are a rich millionaire or you're sent PR every single day. That's me. That's something else you need to know about me. I'm addicted to water. In that note, I think it's important to say something else. I think like, if you ever overspend in any of these categories, well, any category in your life, it's important to be conscious that, for me, my point of view is that overspending is an addiction. That's how it is for me. And as any addict, I don't understand much about it, but the little I understand about it, as any addict, it can come back if you don't treat it and be conscious about it. So I'm never cured of this addiction. I'll always have the impulse to buy more than I need, and if I let it be for long, I will be buying and overspending like crazy. And I think that's very important for people to be conscious about, because people buy and even eat things that are more like feelings than what they actually need. Like, you feel anxious, you feel happy, you feel joy, sad, fear, frustration, and you eat. Same thing happens with spending. So those are just like I'm trying to be like simple here, but I really, those are themes that I want to talk about in this YouTube channel, and that I think it's important for you guys to know that I care about. So now we get to a point where we enter the next question. So who is this channel for? I think like this channel is, one, for people who like makeup, love makeup, fashion, and they are interested in having like a more minimal approach to it, but still have a chance to express themselves and have fun with it, because I think in the end of the day that's what it has to be. It's not our work. That's, I think, one of the reasons why I never wanted to work with it, because it kind of has a way of sucking the fun out of it, and that's all I wanted. I want to have fun, and that's what I'm here for, like to help people have fun, and also like stimulate even my own self, like to have more fun, because at some point in my life I did like just lost it, like I was just like bored, and even though I had like a lot of makeup, much more than I have now. Second, I think this is also for people who may overspend, did overspend, or do overspend now, and feel guilty after, and that might even feel like you're not even inspired anymore. So that's what I'm here to try to help by being here, like by talking openly about it and trying to help people realize that they don't need it in their lives. And also for me, because as I said, I'm at risk as much as anyone of starting to overspend again. So I'm here for you, and I want to create a community so you can like talk to other people and discuss this and see that you're not alone. And but also trying to keep the motivation and this inspiration and the fun in it, and not feeling guilty, but trying to just, step by step, getting better. And third, I think that this channel is for people who like fashion, like makeup, want to be inspired, or maybe just love it, doing the same look every day, and that's no problem, no shame in it. But it's they're a little bit interested in maybe start experimenting with more clean, I know, but just like maybe venturing in other areas of makeup, like more conscious, more ethical, sustainable packaging and other things. Maybe even a little minimalism. I wouldn't say I'm minimalist, but I try to keep it in a minimal side. And we're here for each other. And lastly, I think all the above, but I think we're here to talk about between friends, like about all of these topics between friends. We're here just to like keep it relaxed, keep like chill, and just like I would talk about my experiences, you in that side hopefully will share your experiences, and we will build a community, because I think that in the end of the day that's the most important thing we could take from here. And I hope like one day I get there, like and we get there. And that's it. Well, I hope you got to know a little bit about me. I hope you're very excited, because I am very excited after that. I didn't say I'm not wearing any makeup. It's because I have like some skin issues right now. Like I really wanted to make some like really inspire a look, but you know what? This is also me most of the days, so no filter. Just here. Bye. Have a lovely day. Come back, hopefully, for more later. And see you soon. Bye.